This is why boxing is so diabolical. This is why boxing is a joke. This is why. Every time there's a little bit of momentum in the sport of boxing, somebody in the sport of boxing that has any influence, the powers that be, destroy every ounce of momentum. It never fails. It never, ever fails. It always, the sport that is, that's run by the people in position of power, that's why you need His Excellency's Turki al-Rashid. This is why you may need a Dana White. The sport can never get out its own way, ever. It needs a new regime. It needs an overhaul. These people in position of power will destroy the sport of boxing every single time for their own personal gain. And it's destroyed by the people that don't even fight. Ironically, people like myself, reporters and the fans in the sport of boxing, those are the people that get shunned by the fighters. And those are the people that the fighters will question. You ain't never boxed before. You don't know what you're talking about. Yet you have people like this, Samson Liquid, who's never boxed. He's not a boxer. And he is directing his fighter, former unified WBC, WBO junior middleweight world champion, now WBC reigning junior middleweight world champion, to stay clear of the phenom, as I referred to him as, the former unified lineal WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine welterweight champion, now newly crowned WBO, WBA junior middleweight champion. They having conversations, that being the phenom, who is now top 6 pound for pound best fighters in the world, in Jaron Ennis, superstar boxer, who is exciting. He's box office now. That can't be denied. Right? When I called him a phenom and people said I was crazy, well, he backed that up now. He dominated Puerto Rican star, former unified world champion, Xander Zayas, and stopped him, dropped him 4 times and stopped him in the 7th round. A guy that Sebastian Fondora avoided. Remember, Xander Zayas was Sebastian Fondora's mandatory, and Sebastian Fondora vacated the belt, which was the WBO belt. And he ducked Terrence Crawford, remember that, as well. I told y'all, these reports came out that Sebastian Fundora, Jaron Ennis in conversations to have us to stage a showdown in the fall, November, December, which is really the winter in New York. But okay, the fall. Right? And quickly, Samson Liquid comes out and douses the fire and says, no, Sebastian Fundora is not going to fight Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis has to wait till 2027 because Sebastian Fundora is going to unforcefully, I'm going to say this again, he's going to unforcefully fight his mandatory. That's mandated by the World Boxing Council, better known as WBC, President Mauricio Suleiman and board of 32 members, in Ermal, Hadribeaj, who has 23 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 8 wins by way of knockout at 32 years of age. This is who Sebastian Fondora is going to fight in the fall. Samson Liquid is saying he's going to fight him in November. But keep in mind, this is not forced on Sebastian Fondora. He don't have to fight Ermal. This is forced on him. I mean, this is not being forced on him because Sebastian Fondora can fight Jaron Ennis because it's a unification. And what we know, unifications trump mandatories. So Sebastian Fondora, who's 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 16 wins by way of knockout. One time in his career, he was knocked out. He can fight Jaron Ennis in a unification. It's a unification bout. 3 belts on the line. It trumps the mandatory. But yet Samson is directing Fondora to stay away from Jaron Ennis. Well, this just paved the way. Good thing Jaron Boots Ennis has. See, the people got hyped up. They start to get, hype, and they start to get excited. This is why I tell you, everything in the sport of boxing is subject to change. It's nasty work. It's nasty work. It's absolutely diabolical. It's disgusting. So now he's going to unforcefully fight Ermal in the fall. For what? Instead of fighting Jaron Ennis. But good thing Jaron Ennis has options. Because he could fight Josh Kelly in the fall, as Eddie Hearn stated. Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO and promoter, promotes Jaron Ennis and Josh Kelly. And that would be a unification bout. And or he can fight Virgil Ortiz, who I did a video earlier, and I told you guys that Virgil Ortiz and his team is saying Jaron Ennis is ducking to fight Sebastian Fundora. And I said that's diabolical. But this is even more diabolical, that Sebastian Fondora is ducking Jaron Ennis to fight Ermal, his mandatory that's not forced on him. Drop a comment in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.